Mr. Gaurav Bawa, who is the Managing Director and Vice President of WIKA in India. The new innovations what WIKA is doing in India.
So WIKA is investing in a big way. Again, we are getting all the latest technologies into the country. One of them, what you see very interestingly, is right behind me. This is a refractory detection monitoring system, a complete innovation. We acquired a business globally. We are the only ones to have this technology, which is very interesting, where other companies cannot detect in a refractory system and they cannot measure the temperature variation, which can lead to failures later. We can do it very, very effectively here. So it's one of the innovations that we are showcasing here. What we are also showing here is some patented products for flow today, which is called the HHR, where again a big innovation and a patent with which only WIKA has. We are giving it for better efficiencies into plants and operations, where it's a combination of traditionally what people used to call a venturi and a flow nozzle. It's a combination product of both of them, which gives you a better efficiency and no straight length required. A great product for the industry. We will talk about more on how we are having the IoT connected products today and what solutions we are getting for the customers also. And I will brief you something on that as well.
What kind of industries does this product would cater to? Are these the process industry specific or which sectors?
Basically for a refractory, it's all oil and gas, and wherever you have refractory systems, you will need to monitor, because this fails and it cracks. The refractory would crack from the inside. This is the only product where you see you could monitor very effectively the temperature all across the body of the refractory furnace. So this is something which you will need for oil and gas and other.
From a strategic perspective, because you spoke about investments also. So from the strategic perspective and from the Indian perspective, where is WIKA heading towards in the next 2 or 3 years? Which industries in India are the most promising industry, which according to you?
The growth in certain industries in India is much faster and higher than the others. Like you look at food and pharma today, you look at mobile working machines, you see the infrastructure growing in the country. There are some industries which require more focus. We are seeing now some investment coming into the semicon industry as well, and hydrogen. Slightly slow with the scale of investment, but you see now large tie-ups happening globally also, with our Honorable Prime Minister going overseas and talking about it. And we have good alliances now globally also on these aspects. So I think looking at that, these are the particular industries where WIKA is also focusing today, and we are growing in these industries much more than the other traditional industries which WIKA was participating in.
What is your ambition for your workforce in the coming 2 years maybe? What are your ambitions for WIKA in India in terms of manufacturing plants or in terms of employee strength?
So, one part of it is that we have 4 plants in operations in India, and we are growing the same plants in operations. Today, when you see, we have enough scope of expansion. Each plant in operation can more than double the size, literally, because we have been doing strategic investment in the country over a period of time. We today also have land and building available to us for expansion in most of our plants, I would say. With that, we are poised for growth. Every year, we are growing significantly in India, and we need to expand. Currently also, we are building another, just to give you an example of our Pune operation today. We started with 1 plant in operation. We kept buying other plots of land, and today we have, I think, the 7th also plot of land which we have in the same area for expansion. So we are always prepared years in advance for our investment and for the future, and that's how we are heading, very strategically, very clearly.
Could you highlight what WIKA is doing in this particular domain?
We are standing at the right place. You see IoT solutions here. So we have our blue cap products, which you see right here. These are all connected products. We can connect it as you see on the cloud. We have an application right here which is displayed, which shows how on real-time basis we are monitoring certain parameters, temperature, pressure, and others that we can do with our devices. We can put it on the cloud. We can capture all the data. We can monitor it basically, and this gives you the power of data to see how your plant in operation in a process industry is running. We have successfully done it in certain plants in operations already in India, and now it is catching up, and it really gives you an alarm on your mobile phone. You can have where you're monitoring in the plant every moment. You can capture the data and you can have it right in the palm of your hand, literally. So it's available, and there are different approved applications. You can have it for different applications in the plant. WIKA is a consultant where we come into the operations and are invited to our customers. They tell us what are their pains and what solutions they are looking for, and accordingly we design the entire instrumentation solution for them, which can be completely IoT and completely monitored accordingly.
Okay. How do you think are the MSMEs really placed while adopting these technologies? Because for them these are like really buzzwords which they cannot afford. What are your thoughts on that? How do we empower the MSMEs here, sir?
It's all about the vision. We were in the inauguration today of the Automation Expo, and it was very interesting to see how Amul Dairy, an organization with the government of India, is completely transformed itself, become digital. And the main theme of the discussion there and what we got as inputs was today everything is monitored on a simple mobile phone which you can track in great detail with farmers. Now traditionally everybody would think today that it's very difficult. Which farmer in India and digital, how does this work? But India has moved a long way today, and it is good to see how much digitization has already happened, and it's not in the metro cities and it's not where we are sitting today and talking about it. It is actually being implemented and the cost of it. So when you have this scale, we were talking of in India, you can imagine the number of cattle which is there, which has to be monitored, and they are monitoring literally their health situation, how much milk is being generated. So if you look at all the parameters and you see the scale of India, all the technology makes a lot of sense with the scale. So it's not everything is expensive, but I think it's all about the value which is created, the value benefit when you see which all these solutions are giving and IoT is giving, even for an MSME or anybody else, makes a lot of impact. So it is important today that everybody gets into technology, and there are ways, but I would say by the end it's all about value. You will get X times the value of what you invest, and I think we all need to be competitive. So there's no question of competitiveness versus this. So it is not really a buzzword, it is actually happening. And when you look at the rural areas of India and when you look at what people are doing today, it's astonishing to see how they've transformed it already at a great price point. So very interesting. So it's actually happening, I would say.
Take us through your recent collaboration with Godrej Calibration Lab, sir.
So we acquired a business some time back, and today we have strengthened our service network across India. So it was important that we are not only selling products and solutions, we can also give service to our customers. So today we have consolidated all our labs for calibration activities. We're also giving consulting services actually in this lab for whether it's ISO, whether it is any other certifications. So we are also getting into consultative services also. It's a great network. It's a great team of people which are now part of WIKA. I feel proud that we could integrate the business together very, very well. And it is extremely great the way we are growing that business as well. Even this year, it has been good till now. We have moved some of the operations to world-class facilities now. We've invested in them. We have upgraded those facilities today for our customers. So I think it will be a great piece of also service business which we can provide as a value add for our customers.
And what would this mean for the industry if we take the holistic point of view?
So for the industry, like it's about service. You sell a product or solution, but after that, on a regular basis, we all need service. It is providing calibration service. We provide installation services for our products today. It's not only that you give a product and you forget about it. You will need on a regular basis some maintenance, some services where WIKA can also contribute, and the service is available today with centers all across India. So when you look at the India map, we are present mostly everywhere. So it's a great network that we have today with these service centers.